and how to kind of get into real estate. We did do a whole podcast on it last episode. If you guys want to listen to it, I would recommend it. But what I'm going to be talking about now is how I score off-market deals. Every single real estate deal I've ever done or been a part of has been an off-market deal. The duplex, single-family home, and the newest single-family home. And another one I'm working on, but I don't have it under contract yet. So how have I secured 5+ units all off-market? And even better, how have I secured them at such a good deal when I sign the dotted line on the piece of paper, I make several thousand. For example, the last house I purchased, the second I signed my name on the dotted line, I made about $27,000 gain in equity. My duplex, anywhere from 30 to 50. I still have to get it assessed. We're doing some work on it, mixed with the market increasing. So where or how do I get all these good off-market deals? And one of the ways I did it was I asked who the owner was. I saw a duplex. I saw it was a really nice building in the small town I was in. I looked over to my wife and I said, "That's a beautiful building. I think that's worth a decent amount. It's one of the best pieces of real estate, piece of property in here." I just looked at it and said, "I want to own that. I'd like to own that." So I just went in the tax records and found out who the owner was, and I straight up called them up and I said, "Hey guys, would you consider maybe selling your property?" And they were open to it. I had to do a little negotiation. I talked about one thing that they wanted was they liked the passive income side of things. So I knew, okay, how can I have the best of both worlds? Get this house for a good deal, but have them like the passive income. Now, the easy answer is learn how to do an owner financing deal. I have videos on that. DM me if you guys want to know how to do that. But that's one way, is strictly just go in the tax records, look up who's the owner of that property, and call them up. Now, other ways I found good deals was we're actually filming this video tonight. I went to Staples, I'm not lying, and I got a poster board, and I put a poster in my front lawn, and I said, "I buy homes." And I put 3 things: no realtor, no capital gains, and no bank. And that's kind of what I put on there. And generally, I get pretty good leads that way. You can even post on Craigslist. I've never done this, but I've seen a lot of people do that. Usually I post on my social medias, "Hey guys, looking to purchase a home. Anyone have any leads?" Social media should be the biggest tool when it comes to this. You have hundreds of friends on social media, most of you. Simply just post on it. Don't care what other people think about you. Saying, "Hey, I'm looking for a deal," or "I'm looking for a property. Does anyone know of anyone that's considering selling their home?" So those are the 3 main ways I've found off-market deals. So now the proper question is, how do you approach that said off-market deal? And what you need is these 2 tools at your exposure. You need someone who can assess the property. What is its value? So you're getting it for a good deal. For me, most realtors, most experienced, seasoned realtors are pretty good at it. Now, it's really expensive to get an assessor over there, anywhere from $250 to $500 just to get them over there for an hour or 2. So I usually go to any of my friends that are realtors, or anyone who's been in the real estate game long enough to kind of assess, to tell you afterwards, after you walk through it, what it's actually worth. So like I said, realtors are usually really good at that. Everyone's a realtor these days. If you know anyone who's good at realty and has been doing it for several years and knows their market, that's who you want. And the second thing is you need a general contractor if you're not one already. I've had a construction background, so I usually can hold my own now. And what I would do is I'd bring both of them if you can, or take as many pictures as you can and ask them, okay, what's the cost to repair this thing? Unfortunately for me, I haven't had to do extensive repairs for these off-market deals because I don't want to take that big of a project on. It's a lot of upfront cash, but usually it's simple paint, trim, maybe some new flooring, something easy like that. But really, that general contractor can look through its bare bones and tell you like, hey, you're going to need to fix that before you purchase it and renovate it. And so walk through the property, like I said, take as many pictures as you can. And then you want to pull comps. You want to pull pictures. I go on Zillow, I go on Realtor.com, and I just look at recently sold homes in the area. I say, okay, I go down to the same square footage, same bedroom and bathroom, that's about it, really. And I pull, okay, this house sold for this amount. Now, what do they want for this home? Now, off-market deal people are generally willing to negotiate. They generally don't have a price in mind of what they want for the home because they haven't reached out to a realtor yet. So, for example, this guy said, I kind of want 90, 100,000, 97,000. So I don't know why he said 97, but I didn't even negotiate with him because I knew it was a good deal. After that, I went home, did my research. I looked at comparables of sold homes in that area. This one was a 3-bedroom, only a 1-bathroom house, 1,800 square foot, small starter home. But I knew it was below the median because all the other homes were selling for 130, 150, 100, even 60,000. So I knew minimum, even at the low end of things, 130,000. I scored a deal right there simply by just signing my name on the dotted lines of owning that house, purchasing that house. I made $30,000 straight in equity. Now, when I realized that my first deal, simply by signing my name on the piece of paper, making more than a lot of people around me made in a whole year of working, I said, bingo, time to do this over and over again. And that's where I'm at now. I'm turning that one house that made me $30,000 into 2 homes, 5 homes, and starting to build an empire with my wife and I. Now, that's what I have for kind of real estate for you guys is you need to start scoring off-market deals. Those are where the best deals are at, but you need to have certain team members in your disposal. Like I said, a realtor, someone who knows the market and can tell you an accurate price of what that home is worth after looking at pictures and after looking into it to know you get a good deal. Because if you're a beginner, you're like, oh, I think this house is worth $130,000, I'll buy it for $130,000. Well, then you have someone who actually goes and assesses the property and says, hey guy, this thing's worth $130 or even $135. Well, you only made $5,000 equity, and being honest, after closing costs and stuff, not really worth your time. You want to score homes below the median. This is how you escape housing crashes, because single-family homes, believe it or not, are never going to go out of style. That's why I like purchasing certain single-family homes. Everyone's always going to need a roof over their head, even if the market crashes. So might as well buy below the median so you have a little buffer room. So that's all I got, is you guys need to start scoring some off-market deals. Another good thing is once you get big enough, like I said, people know I like buying off-market deals. In my area, they know I like to do that. And I've posted several times on my social media. I'll go to some of my friends or some of my family members and I'll say, hey, if you find me an off-market deal, I'll pay you $2,500. Shoot, if I make over $30,000 in equity, I'll pay you $5,000. So $2,500 when I sign the contract and $2,500 after I sign the deal and it's mine. And this kind of motivates people to find off-market deals. The second you do that and say, hey, I'll pay you a wholesaler fee, wait to see how many off-market deals come at your, literally right at your doorstep. The second I did that and said, hey guys, I'm paying you $2,500 simply to find me the deal, I'll pay you after I sign the contract. So many people, showed me deal after deal after deal. It's insane. So that's one thing I would recommend doing. If you have the upfront cash, consider doing it. Last thing I'd say is use your local banks. Go to multiple banks. Again, I like doing this Family Bank, but I had to kind of go out of my comfort zone because their first-time home buyers loan or application wasn't nearly as good as other ones. For example, I went to a credit union and they said, we'll allow you to put 0% down. Bingo, 0% down, that's amazing. I don't have to put any upfront money. That's awesome. Other local banks wanted 3.5, other ones wanted 5, and so you really want to go to more banks, usually to local ones, and go to credit unions and try to see which one has the best bang for your buck when it comes to FHA loans, first-time home buyer loans, and sometimes even have grants for you. So we're at about 40 minutes, kind of where I wanted to be. I don't want to go over an hour for this one. I didn't have many discussion points to talk about, but I think a pretty successful episode. Again, guys, I'm going to be filming videos of me doing this actually, live for you guys. So don't, forget to watch those. Also, this will be on YouTube, Apple Podcast, and Spotify for you guys to listen and take notes down afterwards. Alrighty, guys, feel free to direct message me whenever, and I'm here for you. Have an excellent weekend, guys, and hopefully you enjoyed this podcast. See you in episode 5. Peace out, guys.